Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a preview for Dead X-Men #1. This is a new book from Marvel Comics. Let's talk about the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by Steve Foxe with art by Bernard Chang, Jonas Scharf, and Vincenzo Carratù. Um, we have Death was only the beginning. When the world turned against Krakoa, these five mutants lost their lives, but their mission as X-Men was just getting started. To preserve Xavier's dream, they must accomplish the impossible or die again trying. Spinning out of the rise of the powers of 10, discover who are the dead X-Men. We're going to take a look at that in this video for sure. So if you don't want to know, go read the comic, come back later. It's not a big spoiler. We only have a couple of pages to show for the preview. But if you read the Hellfire Gala, you probably have a pretty good idea about some of these X-Men. I'm really interested in how these characters are coming back to life because, of course, if you've been reading, you know that the Krakoan resurrection protocols are no longer in place. I also really find the roster that we have for this book pretty interesting. I like Steve Foxe. I like the tone of the book. Feels pretty dark, especially when you see some of the preview art. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go on here and take a look at this art. So we have, like I said, very dark tones, very dark colors. And here we have the roster of characters. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm also pretty interested in not only how they came back, but what's going on with those bats. So let's take a look at who we have here. We have Prodigy, Frenzy, Jubilee, Dazzler, and Cannonball. Now, out of these five, I'm pretty familiar with three of them. Prodigy and Frenzy are a little bit more of newer characters. So, as I mentioned, you can go read the Hellfire Gala issue to get a little bit more background on some of these characters and what's going on here. So, we also have the appearance of Magic in her demon form, which is very cool. And of course, we figure out why these five, how they are in this domain, what's going on. So, overall, I'm super interested in what's going on with this book. As the age of Krakoa kind of comes to an end, I think books like these are just gonna tie up some loose ends and maybe give us some fun stories. Definitely a very interesting roster of characters with very distinct powers. But it's always good to see. Like I love Dazzler and Jubilee, so really excited to see them work together and what's going on here in this book. So, if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. We'll talk about this book further on, either on a short video or maybe during our live stream. So stay tuned for that. Uh, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Remember that members of our channel get a lot of these videos a little bit early, as well as some additional content throughout the month. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to share, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, all that fun stuff, YouTube stuff, and hit the bell so you know when we go live, which is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye.